Welcome to the Podnas with Face, Pat, and Tiz.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Podnas, the show with three friends separated by distance, connected by brotherhood, having weekly conversations that you can join in on. And as always, I am 1/3 of the Podnas. Your boy Tiz, and I'm along with
the other third of the Partners, the Padawan here, and I'm along with Traumatic Pause.
This is your boy Face in the place, man. First place this week and every week. What's happening with y'all fellas, man? How y'all feeling this week?
What's happening?
Feeling good. My house is completely back together, guys.
Congratulations.
All walls have been restored, new floors, new paint job.
New house.
It felt like it. New carpet all through the steps in the upstairs hallway. So, man, just to not see through my walls no more and to just see my house complete again meant the world. But then to also have a couple of minor upgrades feels great. So, great week so far. Pat.
Kind of beginning of the week, but I got a lot of stuff done today, so it's a good week so far. Just got to get through the rest. God help me.
Well, while we getting through it, how you doing, Face?
Yeah, I'm here and there with this COVID shit. Cause I'm COVID positive.
Like I said, that shit like last couple days. Johnson.
Yeah, man, quarantine is in effect for me and the entire family. The only person who's out of quarantine is my daughter. She's going back to school today, but me personally, I'm still dealing with this bullshit. COVID is not. It's different for every individual. I say that, and it's a lot of symptoms people don't talk about. I was vaccinated. I got both shots, but I still got COVID for some odd ass reason. I didn't get the Johnson & Johnson. I got the Moderna. Both shots. Boom, boom. I got COVID now. I used to be one of them people, everybody get the vaccine. Everybody get the vaccine. But now I'm, because, excuse me, I still got this shit. My wife said it could have been 10 times worse if I didn't get the vaccine. She could be right. But I'm not there to say if she's right or wrong. All I know is what I suffer with dealing with the bullshit. The worst symptoms I have, me personally, is just like the back pain, the chest pains. My breathing really hasn't changed too much. One day I went through extreme hot and cold flashes. Like my bottom half of my body was hot, but the top half of my body was cold. So I cover up, it gets reversed. So it's really nothing I could do. And that was like an on and off thing for like 2 or 3 hours back and forth. You get a real bad sinus headache. Everybody in my house had the same headache for 2 or 3 days consistently, regardless of what you took. You still had that same sinus headache in the middle of the forehead. It's really nothing you can do when you go to the doctor because they just tell you to take over-the-counter medicine. There's no COVID medication. I mean, that's the vaccine and that's it. So, I mean, if you've already been vaccinated and you catch COVID, all you can do is quarantine yourself and take over-the-counter medication. So, at night, I take NyQuil, and during the daytime, I just stay in the house and exercise. Take my vitamins, eat, drink orange juice, and stay healthy. Same way you would medicate any type of regular cold or flu. You just have less contact with people. If I have to go out, it's on necessity, face masked up. So, and I have no contact with people. But that really never changed because I'm an introvert, so I really don't have that much contact with people on a daily basis anyway before COVID. My journey on COVID is different than most people. Most people lost taste or lost all sense of taste. But in the past 2 days, everything I tastes like chocolate. Don't know why. I smoke, tastes like chocolate. I eat, tastes like chocolate, regardless of what I eat. I had ribs and collard greens for dinner. Tastes like I had chocolate and chocolate for dinner.
Oh, you said you had collard greens for dinner and it tastes like chocolate?
Yes. Yes. I knew what it was because I was looking at it. But it didn't taste like what I was eating. It just tastes like chocolate. So,
I feel for you, bro.
Water for chocolate.
Right now, all I taste is chocolate right now. I'm smoking. Y'all know me to smoke every episode. This ain't a chocolate wrap. This is not a chocolate blunt. Well, hey, watch.
The fool said watch.
Chocolate. So, I mean, hey, I've been drinking herbal tea just to help my throat stay clear. Tastes like number chocolate now. past few days, it tastes like everything it's supposed to taste like. Regular black tea or peppermint tea or whatever type of tea I'm drinking. Now, tastes like chocolate tea. And I don't like chocolate tea, but I'm going to drink it because I know it's not really chocolate tea. Everything tastes like chocolate to me.
I didn't even know they had chocolate tea.
But doing my research, I see that it's some symptoms that they don't publicize. Like Tom Hanks, he had one of the strangest symptoms on COVID I ever heard of. His asshole, it felt like it was sinking into his body. No homo, but that was one of his personal symptoms from COVID. You feel me? Like my son dealt with the same shit. He just had immense butthole pain. He didn't have to poop. He wasn't constipated. It just felt like his butthole was going into his body. Nothing you can do about that one. You can take about that one. You know what I mean? Tom Hanks had the same problem, but no one else has that. You don't hear about that type of COVID shit. I mean,
There's
a reason you don't hear about that. Who the hell want to publicize that?
Hey, you better let motherfuckers know so they know I ain't the only one dealing with that shit. Tom Hanks is brave enough to talk about that shit.
Your doctor's supposed to let you know.
My son only 4. He be all right. Shit. Your doctor supposed to let you know everything you supposed to deal with. They don't tell you about that shit. But I mean, at the end of the day, I'm cool. I haven't suffered none of my family has suffered no real big setbacks from it. My lives really haven't changed that much because we really don't go nowhere. We really don't deal with no people. As it is, we stopped dealing with, well, I ain't gonna say dealing with, we stopped visiting my extended family like 2 or 3 weeks before we only got sick anyway. So quarantine from them, it was just a little bit easier because we started that right before my daughter went back to school. So that was an easy thing. But now that everybody's sick, everybody missing each other more because we can't go. So it is what it is. Quarantine almost over. We just got to do what we got to deal with. Stay healthy. Those of you who out there on the edge, on the verge, or you don't know about the vaccine, you want to take the vaccine. Like my wife said, it could have been worse if I didn't take the vaccine. She said I shouldn't be smoking. But the tobacco and shit, I've tried to completely cut that out while I've been dealing with this shit. It just helped me quit tobacco even more. So that's one positive, I guess you could say about COVID. Me having COVID, it's helped me quit tobacco. But hey, but those who deal with it, more power to you. Try to stay healthy, stay away from other people. Be responsible. If you know you have COVID, put a mask on. Like, don't go around people if you don't have to. If you have to go around people, stay 6 feet away, man. Don't have no close contact with them. Don't touch. You feel like do what you got to do. Like I've tried to do what I had to do, but I had to have
your ass in the house.
I have very, very minimal contact with people if I have to have. So I know I haven't infected anyone else. That's a good positive thing. But the way my family got infected, which I know was my daughter got it first. Once again, she brought it home from school. So someone sent their 6th kid to school. And that's my biggest concern because sure, once the school was notified that someone's kid was sick, they let the school board know, but they don't let you know who it is, what class it is. You just know it's in the school.
Mm.
But this is after my daughter had started showing symptoms that they even say anything. So the kid was in school sick for a while before he or she even got tested. My thing is parents need to be more responsible for their children during these days and time. If it's anything, like they said, if you got a fever, any symptoms, any colds, keep your kid at home, man.
I mean that.
Keep your kid at home because you're possibly affecting other people's families, other people's stuff. You feel like if my family wasn't responsible as we were, we could have possibly affected other people. But my family's responsible. So once we sign any signs of us, you look like you sick, shut it down. We ain't going nowhere.
Right.
So we were quarantined before we needed to quarantine.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So once we go show the first sign, we was like, all right, no one going nowhere. Oh well, we all be safe. We all be sick, but we all be safe together.
And don't get it twisted. Sure. Adults need to keep their ass in the house too if they got something. Because adults be out here wilding too. Like there's a lot of irresponsible.
Need to because they're the ones that can actually go out.
You up in the club grinding, coughing on the back of a girl's neck.
Like, people need to be responsible. Like that's my main thing. Be responsible. Like responsibility in adults is a major thing. A lot of people don't really accept their own responsibilities. But this COVID shit is something different. Like, yeah, people, it ain't real. Shit, it ain't. It may not be as deadly to me, but I personally know people who passed away just from having complications of COVID. You feel me? Like, it was scary as shit to know my children had COVID, and I know what the possibilities could have. But I pray and I put the work in, so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take charge. I ain't gonna just let the fear just embody me and make me just go off the wall. I'm gonna do what I need to do to protect me and my children. Let's get healthy. Let's take what we gotta take. Let's stay here. Let's do what we gotta do. Right. Don't play around with this shit. It ain't no joke. Those of you people out here thinking, oh, it ain't this, it ain't that. Shit.
Fuck around it here first.
Fuck around this shit if you want to. You feel me? Fuck around. Fuck around. And your ass gonna be here to fuck around with. I'm lucky. I had the outcome I've had. I don't really have no pre-existing conditions and shit. So that's one good thing. But at the end of the day, I ain't the healthiest motherfuckers I could be. So at the end of the day, we've seen a lot of somewhat healthy people go because of COVID.
Boy.
Take care of yourselves, people.
I mean,
like I've said many times, no man knows the time of the day when it's his time to go. Yeah. Take care of yourself. This COVID shit is just a time. It's just another tool to rush that along. If you bullshit with yourself, wear that goddamn mask.
I mean, wear your mask.
Wear your mask. Some people
damn.
Just to make people feel comfortable. Cool. Thank you for making others feel comfortable. But please just help limit the risk. You feel me? What's the difference in a mask on, a mask off? Another barrier. That's it. Another barrier. Please put another barrier between me, you, and the virus possibility. Because you would want me to do that right now. You wouldn't want me up in your child's face. Hey, how you doing?
Just a touch of a barrier. A little bit.
I respect humanity. I respect the next person just because I'm a human being. So I'm not going to endanger nobody else just for the fuck of it, just because I want to go out.
Right.
Have that same respect for people, yo.
Respect is paramount for yourself and for others. Please, man. We got a social contract out here, people. Everybody got to do their part so we can all get the hell up out of this COVID shit. Because I'm tired of it. Like, I feel like if we just follow directions for just a little bit, we'll be good. Then we can go back to doing what we want to do. But, like, let's just do the right thing for a while. Vaccine or no vaccine, like Faye said, just wear your mask. Socially distance. If you got symptoms or your family got symptoms, go home. Just in case. Go get tested. You ain't got to believe in the vaccine, but believe in the test for a little bit and just act accordingly, man. PSA out here to y'all, man. From right from the horse's mouth, like from a person who's actually going through it. So it ain't no, he say, she say, we heard. It's literally, this is exactly how it is, folks. So, yeah, man. When COVID shows you who they are, believe it.
Believe that shit. Believe that shit.
Yes. Something else you can believe. You can believe in the criteria that we have set for how we would be judging MCs going forward. And for those of you who know all about the top MCs video we did that we started round one, we've already made our list and we're working on the top MC of the 2000s. So to make it on this list, the person had to have an album from the year 2000 or after. It couldn't have come before that. Their first album, they had to meet the threshold of the three criteria that we set to judge all MCs, which is lyricism, marketability / earning potential, and obviously MCing, your ability to control a stage, your stage show, your stage presence, etc. So yeah, now our list has been bracketed. The brackets were formed pretty much kind of random here. And in a minute, let me pull up the list so I can tell y'all. So the list of MCs that we actually chose that have been bracketed that we're going to start speaking on tonight are as follows. Kendrick Lamar, 2 Chainz, Joe Budden, Royce 5'9", Pusha T, Beanie Siegel, Big Sean, Wale, Rick Ross, Chance the Rapper, J. Cole, Conway the Machine, Lupe Fiasco, Childish Gambino, Meek Mill, Toby Nigwe, Benny the Butcher, Nicki Minaj, Killer Mike, Schoolboy Q, and Fabulous. Now, out of that list, now that they've been bracketed, they have been seeded at random. Because they've been seeded at random, they have been placed in a bracket where they have an opening round kind of play-in. So my people who are familiar with NCAA, y'all, it'll make sense to y'all. Basically, we have a round that they have to win to actually get to the quarterfinals. So what we're going to do tonight is the partners are going to decide we're going to basically decide who's going to win these play-ins and make it into the official quarterfinals of the bracket. And then from here on out, the way this will work, the partners, we're going to decide who moves on to the quarterfinals by deciding who wins the opening round based on our 3 established criteria: lyricism, marketability / earning potential, and stage performance / MC. Takes 2 out of 3 votes to make it to the next round. So at least 2 partners have to agree. If it's only one of us that agrees, that person will not. Whoever 2 people roll with is how we're going to decide. Now, this is where you come in, Pod Squad, because by the time you hear this, the brackets will be up on our social media pages, and it'll be ready for you to vote on. So beginning in the quarterfinals, the Pod Squad will also vote on who they feel should move on. Their pick counts as 2 votes. It will then take 3 out of 5 votes to win, meaning it is possible for the Pod Squad and only one partner to move a candidate forward. Therefore, the Pod Squad, we need y'all to vote. The link is in the description and on all platforms. So get out there and vote, because we're going to need y'all to decide some arguments and debates next week. Now, after that, we're going to continue that same process each week until the top MC of the 2000s is finally crowned. We will then begin our top MCs before 2000s list so that we can bracket that and crown that winner, ending with the final debate. Who is the top MC of all? Oh.
Dum, dum.
Dun, 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 dun. So yeah, please get out there and vote. And now, y'all ready to see who's in the opening bracket, in the play-in bracket, in the kick-in bracket here, fellas?
Yeah, let's do something.
Let's get to the shits then. Let's get to the shits. So, let me see how I can do this.
Oh no.
Okay, I can share.
But I know you figured out.
No, I got it. Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share it with y'all so y'all can actually see it. You feel?
There you go. I figured you do that.
You stupid. Yeah. All right, here we go. Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
All right. So this is the bracket, my people. As you can see, Kendrick Lamar is the number 1 seed. I did not do this. It was literally at random. But in the play-in, we got Benny the Butcher versus Toby Nigwe, Fabulous versus Conway the Machine, Lupe Fiasco versus Schoolboy Q, Killer Mike versus Childish Gambino. So these are the 8 people who are vying to get into the quarterfinals. Which one y'all want to start with, fellas?
Oh man,
hold on. Tough. I forgot. And Meek Mill versus Nicki Minaj. I forgot we had the domestic violence.
That is hilarious.
I forgot
that is hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna get in trouble.
Well, hey, it is what it is. If we get in trouble, it'll be good trouble. Yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah, it
the
is.
first one gonna be tough, man.
I think it'll be fine, King. I think we'll be just fine. But yeah, man, y'all ready? How y'all want to do this?
Wow.
Set it up. All right. So tell me something. When I do this, right? Hold up. Hold up. All right. When I do this, did anything get smaller or change on your screen?
Somewhat.
No.
How about now?
Yeah, it changed.
Is that just the bracket now?
Nah, it's just it's the bracket, and they got all the side information, the bracket information on the left hand side.
Yeah, that the side, this stuff over here is fine. I'm not tripping on that.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that you can actually see the bracket. Yeah. All right. So which one y'all want to start with first?
Don't matter to me.
Yeah, let's go with the first one. That's
Cool.
gonna be the hard one.
So first, what we got? Benny the Butcher versus Toby Nigwe. Now, Pod Squad, I'm gonna give y'all some context here. This could get a little rough to where we might have to argue because this Toby Nigwe is one of my favorite artists. Benny the Butcher is one of Padawan's favorite artists. So we could have some Civil War shit going down real quick. Straight like that. So just to let y'all know beforehand of how that could go. Yeah. If it get real, just know that that's why. All right. In the meantime, in between time, let's get to chopping this fable. Benny the Butcher versus Toby Nigwe. Lyricism. Let's start at the hard one. Let's just go straight for the gusto. Let's not fuck around with it and not play with it. Let's just get to what it is. Lyricism.
See.
Anybody jump in here, not just me.
My bias is Benny because I just been listening to him for the past 3 to 4 in his camp up to 5 years. So, but I know Toby got a message with his stuff. Man, it's kind of toe to toe with me, but I'm gonna side with Team Benny. Because that's just what I've been listening to more. But as far as listen, like it's already been said, man. Both of them are great lyricists. It's like I have not heard a slack Benny rhyme. I have not heard a slack Toby rhyme at all. Like every time I've listened to Toby, I can go back and listen to him and I'll catch something else. Same way I would catch Benny. It's just that their content is different.
Okay. I can rock with that. That makes sense.
This is way too hard.
Face?
I mean, me personally, I'm a little biased to Toby because I listen to him more than Benny. I think I've heard like 1 or 2 songs from Benny myself, but that's because I choose not to. It's not because I don't think he's not a lyrical individual or he doesn't have good music. It's just not what I, at this point in my, how can I say, in my musical journey, that's not just what my ear wants to hear right now.
I feel you.
So I tend to do more Toby shit in the journey where I am at this point where I'm in my journey. So I will be more biased in that individual in that question. So I would automatically lean to Toby or lean that way.
Well, I'll go ahead and break this time. This is my honest feeling. I've been listening to a lot of the Conway Machine, Benny the Butcher stuff lately to kind of get ready for this topic. On lyricism, I actually have them as a tie. Between the two of them, they are very different in what their content is, but they are both equally proficient. They both say really cool shit, but neither one to me is like God tier lyricists. They're just really great rappers. So I put them there. So I would say they're tie for lyricism, which takes us to marketability. I guess I didn't break any tie, did I? Marketability. I'm going to say. Oh, go ahead, Faith. Go ahead.
I'm going to say Benny's more marketable.
Say more.
At this day and age, with his style, his flow, and with his crew as well, that's more marketable on a wide range. The positivity and the style that Toby brings is very unique. It's becoming more wide scale accepted, I should say, and more people are getting into it with the, especially with the Black Lives Matter movement and being people trying to be more conscious and more aware of what they're saying and doing, and just his positivity that his music brings, and just the different way he says things. But as far as just being profitable and marketable, I will go with Benny.
Okay. I'm gonna say this the same way I said it when we got Toby on this list. I ain't heard fucking Beyonce shouting out Benny the Butcher. I ain't heard Dave Chappelle shouting out Benny the Butcher. So as far as record sales and stuff, I don't even think Toby has put out an official like album per se. So I don't know that I can judge him against that as far as record sales, but on views and impact, as far as being a face and stuff, like I feel like Toby has more reach. So I'm gonna go with Toby.
Well, because I've been following his career so far, I'm gonna say Benny, just because. All right, he didn't have Beyonce shouting him out, but he's had talks with Jay-Z. I just saw actually a new interview with him all going around with Breakfast Club and this, that, and the third. But I mean, I believe Toby's the same thing. Last year, Burden of Proof or whatever. That's when he came out. But he's been coming out with back-to-back albums. I'm pretty sure he comes out with a project every 4, like up to 2 to 3 projects a year, pretty much. But yeah, and he's already got a whole album with a famous top-tier producer, which is Hit Boy, pretty much. And he already got features, like big features with Rick Ross. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's already there or whatever. He just needs that one thing to push him a little bit further. Like he's like right there at that tipping point where his name can become a household name, pretty much. So I'm gonna lean toward Benny just off of that. Whatever. Not to say Toby isn't marketable, because I'm like his visuals are. Every last one of his videos I've seen is fire. It's just artwork, pretty much. But it's just that I've seen Benny's name out a lot more.
Okay. So y'all got Benny for marketability. It was a tie for lyricism. We go into the sudden death round. What is or who has the best stage performance? Who is the best MC, the better MC as far as their performance? How do they get across the lyrics to their listener? This is on record, on stage, on camera, whenever they're performing their lyrics, how do they get it across?
Well, I obviously, because I've seen like Benny's like concerts and stuff like that. And then I just hear other MCs talk about them, pretty much. And I kind of judge it off of that, like whether the MCs that I feel like people would just naturally respect what they would say towards the person's like concert or whatever. And most of them are just like, if it has that old feeling. A lot of New York heads like them because they're from upstate New York or whatever. But like when somebody come out to see Benny the Butcher or whatever, it's a certain crowd that comes out, and he has a certain fan base, and they always seem to show out every time they come out or whatever. So I can't really like say no to his stage presence or whatever. In fact, he's actually been out here a couple of times too. So
okay. Face.
We talking about stage presence and shit. What would you say?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with Toby. I like the artistic way he gets his message across, and he gets his lyric across. I like the all-in family approach, because regardless if it's on video, it's on record, or on stage, it's like an all-inclusive family vibe. So his whole clique, you feel me? Like it's all of them there. It's also all-in vibe from him to his wife to the kids to the producer to, you feel me? Like that vibe right there. It's their vibe builds a bigger vibe, and everybody else feels that. You feel me? Like, and it draws you in. It's one thing to be there as a fan, but it's another thing.
Oh shit!
It's one thing to be there as a fan, but it's another thing to be there as part of the family.
That's real. I'm going Toby on this. I'm going Toby on this one as well. On everything he does, he has a way of like even his interviews, he's performing like, and it's a wider array of people that would gravitate toward him. Like he would get everybody from a Christian to a hardcore just hip hop head to a regular dude off the street to an up north cat to a down south cat. Like I feel like his appeal is wider. So I'm gonna go with Toby. And I've like just seen his shows where he's had people in the audience crying, just singing, South Side, we ride with choppers. Like I've seen that I've seen him like captivate a crowd and have that intimate connection with him. So yeah. And that nigga can dance. Benny can't dance. Nigga told me to dance. The fuck?
And you going to man, this is a hard like how is it? This is a hard decision anyway, because it's like I like Toby too, and I like the artistic side of him and everything too. But it all depends on like what you want as a vibe when you go out. As far as when it comes to stage, like if I'm in a neo soul vibe, I'm probably gonna go to Toby or whatnot. If I'm in my boom bap, I need to hear some rugged shit. You know, just being my own. Just being my hip hop self, I'm gonna go to Benny. So
Toby got that type of shit, that boom bap shit where he just spitting. He got all that. That's what I'm saying. Like you gotta open up your mind to the catalog. I'm telling you, missing out on something. He got all those, but so right now we still stand at a tie for these two. I don't really have an answer for it. I didn't expect it that they go like that.
You gotta give it to the Pod Squad, man.
Cool.
I'm about to make a post right.
Yeah, make a poll real quick, Pat. That individual poll will decide that one.
Not that one, Face. Not that kind.
Damn it, Face.
I said.
Oh, you said shit. So moving on. The next bracket is Fabulous versus Conway the Machine.
I feel like this is
Lyricism.
I'm going Conway the Machine.
Oh, this is different.
I'm going Conway. I like Fab, but I'm digging this Conway fella. I've listened to more of his music, more than The Butcher, and I like his wordplay. You feel me? I like his lyricism, and he comes with something different. You feel me? The drawl is something different. Maybe the injury, but it's something different. Fab has that typical up north Brooklyn flow and sound. So it gets kind of monotonous after a while. So regardless of what you're saying, it's always going to sound the same. If you feel what I'm saying.
Can I hold you up real quick?
Go ahead.
I'm putting voice and flow in the performance area. Just personally.
I'm not talking
about lyrics. Like, what are you saying, and how are you putting those words together?
Like, to me, like all that compares, because if it's monotonous, I'm not even gonna want to hear what you're saying, because it's gonna potentially sound the same. So you can have you can say the hottest line in this bar, but the next bar you say exactly the same cadence and exactly the same. You feel like if you say exactly the same, it's going to turn my interest to what you're saying off. So regardless of how tight what you're saying is, it's not even going to get to my ear. So where Conway may be different in his delivery, his lyrics are still, what's the word I'm looking for? It's on the tip of my tongue, but they're still appealing to me on every bar thing. Not saying that Fab is old, so I don't want to listen because he's an old rapper. You feel me? Like, to me, I'm just saying what he's saying ain't current to me. You feel me? So his lyrics don't appeal to me as much.
Well, okay, Pat.
I'll say, God, it's hard. I'm gonna go with Conway because I feel like Conway has more
range.
It's not even range. It's just like, all right, he has punchlines and bars and stuff like that, but there's a purpose for every bar. Like he got a story. There's a story for every bar that he has. He's not just making the song to make a hit or whatever behind the lyricism. Um, is just he's just hungrier. He's a whole lot hungrier, and that you could play that in the fact that Fabulous already got his is already established or whatever. So Conway going to naturally be hungrier anyway or whatever. But I also got to put into play that sometimes Fabulous, don't get me wrong, Fabulous is one of the greatest lyricists that hip hop has ever produced to me or whatever. But he also had some times where he made some corny songs to me and corny bars to me or whatever. Breathe is like one of my favorite rap songs of all time. So I'm going to give it to Conway because I don't know. I just feel his shit a little bit more. Like I can hear the pain in his lyrics pretty much.
Well, Fab, I had you back. I was going to vote for you for lyricism, but definitely got outnumbered on that. So we'll just move to marketability. I think Fabulous got this one hand down.
Oh yeah.
They both go on tour tomorrow. Fabulous going worldwide, Conway going nationwide.
Yeah, that goes without saying. It pretty much goes without saying. I think we're all in agreement with that.
About to play with it. So it takes to the deciding factor, hopefully. And that goes MCing, stage presence. How you present your rhymes.
Moving that crap.
Right. I'll start it then. I'm gonna say Conway. Like Faye said, he's more dynamic in his vocal tone, his range, his flow patterns. And he has more realism, which does matter in hip hop, especially. You believe him more when he's spitting. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Conway.
I'm gonna go with Conway too with the believability. Not saying that you can't believe some of Fab's songs, but just if you hear Fab and you hear some of his music, some of the more gangster songs he's put out, and then you see Fab, you feel me?
Yeah.
But then you hear some of Fab's other music, more the popish music, and then you see him, then you be like, oh yeah, okay. But you look at the Conway flow and the Conway music, and then you see a Conway performance, and you get a different feel for that. You get more, I'm in the moment. I can feel what you're saying. I can see you in that situation. You feel me?
Right.
So the delivery is more believable. It gives a more, it makes the fan draw in more because we all know people love music they can relate to more. You feel me? Like more realistic vibe to it.
I'll rock with that. Well, Pat, I don't know what you was gonna say, but you might as well at least go ahead and tell us your thoughts.
Oh, well, yeah. I think Fabulous' tragic flaw is that he got that New York rapper arrogance. No offense to my New York rappers, because I love New York rappers too. But they got that some of them got that New York arrogance where I'm gonna just say my rhyme and the rhyme itself in my image is gonna just all I need, pretty much. And Fabulous has that arrogance. It's slash confidence, but arrogance. Like we've like I've been to little, we've probably been to the same one that like where he come down in the Hamptons, University or whatever. And, there's some stage shows where he rocks it. And then it's just some stage shows, he just going there to get that check and then he going to the next show, pretty much. So, but Conway, every single time, seemed like he put his heart on the line every time he say a rhyme, period. Like, if it's just a simple freestyle on like Funk Flex or some radio show, or if it's on stage, or if it's on Jimmy Kimmel or whatever, I feel everything he says. So I'm gonna just go with Conway.
Right on. Well, in that case, Conway wins. He makes it into the next round. He is on the face. Pusha T. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. The next one for this opening round, though, we got Lupe Fiasco versus Schoolboy Q. Anybody want to make the opening case for either one of the three categories?
We go lyrical. We're gonna have to go, man. We're gonna have to go Lupe on lyrics. Nothing more has to be said. I mean, it's Lupe. The lyrics.
Yeah.
He's known just to be lyrical. I don't think Lupe is known for much more than being lyrical. Schoolboy Q is known, but he's not known for just being just lyrical on the level that Lupe is. That's not
to this shit.
That's not saying Lupe is God level, because nowhere is he God level, but he is higher than Schoolboy Q on lyrical.
Goddamn close.
We're gonna get to that at some point, I feel like, in this conversation, but not tonight. I'm gonna just agree with him. Lupe is definitely more lyrical. It's not even close to me as far as the writing specifically is concerned.
Yeah. Same with me. It goes without saying. Lupe put you in his world and he says some crazy stuff. And I'm not even the biggest Lupe fan, but I give respect when respect due. So
yeah, he a problem. So Lupe got lyricism. What about marketability? For me, I'm definitely gonna roll with Schoolboy Q. I feel like his appeal is he appeals to a wider audience. I feel like he's known to have larger crowds at his shows on average. I feel like they both might be down at this point, but I know there was a point where Schoolboy was rocking like festivals and shit on the regular. But I guess Lupe has too. But I definitely think the wider appeal goes to Schoolboy Q, the more cultural relevance. Like I feel like hip hop heads know Lupe, but if you go outside of hip hop, people would know Schoolboy. Yeah. And I think that's where the division lies for me.
I agree there. No conversation needed.
Yeah, I'm saying here, but you said it.
Who rocked the crowd better? Who's the better stage performer? Who's the better performer of their lyrics, period? Stage or otherwise? I'll go ahead and just jump out there again. I'll say, I'm going to say Lupe. He has more pockets he can jump into. He has a very good stage show itself. He's very animated and like interactive with the crowd. He does a lot of the same stuff Schoolboy Q does as far as like crowd surfing and that type of thing, but he does even more on the stage himself. So I'm gonna roll with Schoolboy Q. I'm gonna roll with Lupe Fiasco.
I'm gonna have to go with Schoolboy on that one, man. Yeah, Lupe got a couple of different pockets, but Schoolboy got something he can jump in that Lupe can't jump in, I feel. That gangster element he can jump in, and that's a wide appeal. Especially if we go in national, like you say, Lupe may be big national. That gangster appeal is big national, especially where Schoolboy from, you feel me? So jumping into that bag is one thing. He got a lot of different songs. He got some songs for the ladies as well. But just delivery, what he gives to the fans when he's performing, I feel that there's gonna be Schoolboy, man.
All right. My brother's gonna hate me, but he'll understand why. I'm going with Schoolboy because I feel like as far as Lupe, he has total control over his flow. But as far as controlling a crowd, Schoolboy in his first couple of years rocked festivals, like big crowds. I know that's a different vibe or whatever, but when you rock that many amount of people and they knowing your songs pretty much, it's just he has an energy about him that Lupe don't have. It's like a more charismatic energy where it just gets you amped and hyped so much. So I feel like he got a little bit more crowd control or whatever when it comes to that matter. So I'm going with Schoolboy.
Upset victory. Upset victory. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Let's go, schoolboy.
This is a different one.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So moving on to the next round, we got Killer Mike versus Childish Gambino. This is a tough one because we've definitely got two guys that are both into activism. We got two guys that are both very woke, both known for lyrics. So I'm gonna start at the easy route. I'm gonna go marketability. Childish Gambino, because of all the shit he does outside of rap, I'm gonna give it to him on the marketability side. Like the Donald Glover side is so huge, like it's hard for him not to be more as far as record sales, exposure, brand deals, endorsements. Just he's everywhere. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going with Childish on marketing.
Very, very
marketable.
Yeah. So what name you want to go by? Very marketable individual. Comedy, acting. It gets them numbers in, man. Gets them numbers in. You got the comedy viewers coming to see his music just because they want to be exposed to that. You got his music viewers coming to see his comedy just because they want to be exposed to that. So you got the numbers coming from both crowds. So you get the artistic crowd coming to see this what type of different shit he gonna do and say. So I mean, he got a lot of different crowds coming to see that one element, and they all mold together to make a different experience.
Agreed.
Very remarkable. Very remarkable.
Pat, if you had any thoughts.
No, I'm with you on Childish being marketable. We good.
Right on.
It goes without saying. I'll just be redundant.
I'm gonna go next to MCing, stage performance, how you perform your lyrics.
That's a hard one because both individuals give you them their all on their stage performance. I mean, like Killer Mike. I mean, like a Killer Mike show, he goes all out. I mean, like he gives you that performance. But Childish Gambino does as well. He just brings a different element to his stage performance. You can like when he's giving those lyrics. Now that he's talking about his other stage performances in his comedy realm and anything else, just when he's performing his music, is something different that he brings as a performer. You feel me? Like it just draws me personally in. You feel me? Like the music with the performance is something totally different. It's a different element that entices me personally. So I don't know. I'm gonna go with Childish Gambino on the delivery of his music and that stage performance and control of that crowd.
I'm gonna roll with Killer Mike. Killer Mike is vicious, man. Like the way he, like it even comes out on his album cuts. Like just the way it's a passion in him that rocks. Like he can rock a rock crowd, or like he can rock any type of crowd just off of his energy alone. Like the people gonna vibe with it because he feels whatever he's saying or singing or rapping or whatever else. He feels it so much. Everybody around him just be like, "Well, okay, I'll hype too. I like it. Yup." So like I feel like he just got that. He's one of those people that their passion is so strong, it's magnetic. Like it draws everything else around them in. So I'm gonna go Killer Mike, man. Yeah, his shows get real.
All right.
All right.
When it comes to stage damn, I messed that up. When it comes to stage performance, all right. At the end of the day, I look at visuals and everything, but what is usually the tiebreaker to me is like how much MC performance is in it, like how much like elemental hip hop performance you get out of it, like that type of energy, like how much you control it in an MC manner. And I got to give it to Killer Mike because I would say Killer Mike, when it comes to just being raw and just like in your face, you know what I'm saying? Like I got to give it to Killer Mike, pretty much, or whatever. Like I feel like when that's the one thing about Killer Mike that propels him, That's the main thing about Killer Mike that propels him to like that known status that I've seen is just how raw he is in his stage performance. And anything he do when it goes to Run the Jewels, when he's by himself, when he with Outkast, when he just randomly on a random feature with like Bone Crusher and T.I. or whatever, he shows out each time. So I got to give it to Killer Mike.
Yeah, I agree. Lyricism. I'm gonna say Killer Mike easy. Childish Gambino has had songs where he touches on something like for the first time, but saying something in a way that nobody else has said it. I think Killer Mike has the leg up on that as far as like punchlines and witty flow. The dynamics of the ways he can go with his flow. He can go political, like Childish Gambino. He can do a love song, but he can also rap some gangster shit, and they all come across as believable. He always paints the picture well with the words. So I'm gonna say Killer Mike on lyricism. Yeah, final answer. On that ad.
Oh no, man. I know y'all gonna disagree, man, but I'm gonna go Childish Gambino, man. I know most people might disagree, but I mean, like you say, saying stuff in a different way that most people wouldn't say, and I think he does. Like I said, he has a unique way of coming off with different type of wordplay, coming from a different way, in a different perspective. You feel me? So the average mind wouldn't probably catch what he's saying. So you gotta listen to it 2 or 3 times to catch it. But I feel like how he says what he says come off a different way, just because of how he came into the game. With Killer Mike, I feel like everything he says is believable because you feel like we know the straight background of what he came from and where he at, what he trying to do, and him putting what he's saying on wax. Damn right, is believable. The way he's saying it, twist them words and give it to you this way and that way. You're on the edge of your seat. Damn right, I'm there with him. But I feel the same way with Childish. It's just different to me. You feel me? Like y'all know the different type of hip hop I'm on and different type of shit I listen to. So hearing it from his perspective, seeing him come from the comedy aspect, and now you can take these words and do this and this and this with, I fuck with it a little bit more.
Okay. Pat.
I am torn between the two because I like them both. Matter of fact, I like them both. Like when Childish first came out, I liked him just off of his own freestyles, and he actually showed like lyrical prowess, like a real MC, just showing bars. And I bought Killer Mike's first album, Monster, or whatever. So that's when I gotta go with, all right, what have they achieved so far? Lyrically, what have they achieved so far? Or whatever. I gotta go with Killer Mike because he's done more. Just off of the
I see what you're saying. You're talking about like the body of work.
Just the body of work. Like he's done more. And like he does go political and this, that, and that. I feel like with Childish, he has bars, and sometimes I feel like he got better bars than Killer. He just got some punches like that. I feel like he has that too. But I feel like he has more lyricism when he's singing, and he has more examples of him singing than he does rapping.
That's real.
Pretty much. So that's why I have to use the body of work as a tiebreaker, because it's like, on an instance, if I hear Childish Gambino freestyling, I know he got crazy bars. I'm probably gonna go to that first or whatever. But at the rate of how much that I get those bars is not at the same amount as Killer Mike. You know what I mean? Like,
I totally get what you mean.
Like Childish Gambino, like he can come out. We can hear something that he coming out with a new album, and no matter what he come out with, I'm excited for it. But I don't know if it's going to be a rap album, or if it's going to be a funk album, or you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what I'm gonna get. So
like it keeps you guessing, man. But everything he say gonna be there. But just
I
on the prowess of emceeing and rapping, I feel what you're saying.
I feel like I like him as an artist more than Killer Mike, but I like Killer Mike as a lyricist more than Childish Gambino.
That's kind of where I fall at, yo.
Okay. I understand.
So Killer Mike moves on. Next week he will be facing off against the boy Joe Budden.
Mm,
That ought to be interesting.
yeah.
I got a certain way I'm going with that. So yeah. The last and final of the play-in round. Meek Mill versus Nicki Minaj.
And the most hilarious. Mind you, these brackets were all done on the random.
Let's take it with lyrical, man. Let's take it with lyrical. I'm gonna go Nicki. She's held her own with some God tier individuals on records and has held her own to where they've commented on her verse. Me personally, I'm not a Meek Mill fan. It's not that, and lyrically, I don't think Meek Mill's there. That's just me. I know a lot of people not going to agree with that, but once again, it's my damn opinion. And lyrically, I'm going with Nicki.
Pat?
All right. I kind of agree with Face, man. Now, let me explain why. Aesthetically, Meek Mill is the definition rapper. Aesthetically, when you first look at him, he talks about all the rapper stuff. He got the rapper image. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, I feel like I get the same song from him each time, different beat.
Okay.
It's like, I feel like I don't ever go to him for like the bars. You know what I'm saying? I may go to him for the energy. I might go for him for that energy. Like he's good with the energy. Like the energy carries his bars even more. Like almost. You know what I'm saying? Like
I do.
But now mind you, Nicki Minaj has come out with some trash bars or whatever. She's come out with some trash shit. I ain't even gonna lie.
My.
But she has also came out with some crazy lines. I remember when she first came out, and we were like, matter of fact, me and Faith were living in Mallory or whatever. And I don't care. I don't care. I can pull up songs where she barely even rhymed half the time or whatever. She was just saying stuff. When that was on, she said I was shitting on people or something like that. She was barely rhyming that time.
She do be doing a lot on people. And she got a lot of sons that are really daughters, but I'm not really sure how that works.
Yeah, and I mean, and then she do have like some times where I just do not understand where you're going at in the song. Like really, I really don't understand where you're going at the song. But she do got some bars when she wants to spit. Like I've heard her say some bars and some real distinctive hit hard punchlines before, more than I've heard Meek. Meek, his voice and his energy, it kind of covers the line if he even have a punchline. And then sometimes when I hear the punchline, it's a basic punchline that I've heard 1,000 times before. It's just his version of it or whatever.
Gotcha.
So that's why I'm giving to Nicki.
Okay, I'm like, okay, right on. No, that makes sense. I'm definitely with you. I'm going to definitely say Meek Mill has a harder flow. He projects better. He has an anthem in the intro. Because that, hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? That shit right there. I don't care who the crowd is. People going nuts when that come out.
Everybody.
So he got one. But I will say, because of that, I'm definitely going to give the lyricism to Minaj. Nicki is way better at flipping syllables. She has deeper metaphors. She actually comes up with new entendres that I haven't heard before, or new ways to present her figurative language. So I'm definitely gonna go with Minaj. It ain't even close to me as far as lyricism. Yeah.
Yeah.
And while we go there, let's go to marketability. I'm gonna say Minaj again.
That was. Oh hell yeah! You even gotta say nothing about it.
Record sales, it ain't close.
No.
I put it this way.
Yeah.
I went on a family cruise one time, and I was in the club. Guess who they played in the background? Guess who I didn't hear though?
I wish that I could have this moment for life.
Whatever that song was, Stars, Superstars, something like that. I forgot what it was. Starships, something like that.
Yeah, I think that is what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we don't talk about that a lot in hip hop circles.
She don't talk about it a lot.
That's a phase I feel like she might want to forget.
She verbally have said that out loud.
Okay, yeah, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah, Nikki, baby, that was not it. Not it at all. But she definitely wins on marketability as well. So we can go ahead and talk about MCing because I definitely gave that to Meek Mill.
Yeah, the energy. Once again, come to the energy.
Yes, the flow.
It's just his energy. That's where he has that leg up. So, given that performance, he draws that crowd in, that instant energy they want. Like, that's why you go to a performance. You look for that vibe, something you can get into with it. You feel me? Like, so when you bring that stated amount of energy into whatever side of the room you may be in, you can't help but outshine most other people when it comes to performance. So, I mean, like, to me, his performance level and the energy he brings is one of the top out there. So,
agreed on everything you just said. Like, as far as performance, like Meek is he's pretty up there to me. But yeah. So sad to see you go, Meeky.
I am too. Well, on stage presence, I went with Meek too. Just to let y'all know, definitely with Meek.
So at least
same energy that I was talking about.
At least you didn't get 3-0'd Meek.
Nah. I went with Meek.
Your battle rap credit is still intact. You didn't get 3-0'd. Just got 2.
No 30 this round.
You know.
He's gonna be mad when he hear this though.
Well, between him and the Barbs, I think we've pissed off both parties. So I think they'll be equally upset. So at least we've been fair and balanced.
Yeah, no bias.
You'll be all right.
Indeed. So there you have it, folks. We have our bracket set, except for the Benny the Butcher versus Toby Nigwe bracket. So if y'all can help us and vote on that ASAP before you vote on the final bracket, and whoever the fan vote is, that'll be who it is. Also vote on the second round, the actual quarterfinal round, so we can use your vote as a leveraging point and as 2 votes. Remember, Pod Squad vote is 2 votes. So we need y'all vote. Link will be in the description below on all platforms. Also check our social media where the link will be posted as well. Yeah, and that has been this week's round 2 of the top MCs of the 2000s. Vote, and continue on this journey with us as we continue to discuss, debate, and make these selections as we whittle it down to the crown champion of MCs since the year 2000. And yeah, man, I think I'm gonna forego my other thing right now and slide it to. I think it might be time.
It's time.
Right.
What time is it? What time is it?
It just happens to be 11:38, but
what time is it?
If you think it's time, I think it's time.
Hey, it is time, and y'all go for a second.
It's time for the Good and Fuckery episode 44, and I don't know why I'm talking like this.
Fuckery.
I don't know why you're talking like either, but I like the good and the fuckery. And let's get into some deep convos on some crazy shit.
All right. Hey, is it the bracket still showing up, or is it us?
You are right. Let me get rid of the brackets. We are done for the.
All right.
We ready now?
Right.
Now it's fuckery time.
Fuckery time. Well, you know what? Let me start off. I'm gonna start off with some good, matter of fact. Whatever. Well, just some of my I would say I'm gonna start off with the good with the Baltimore Ravens honor Michael K. Williams during the game. Whatever.
That's dope.
Much.
Salute to Omar.
First thing I saw today when I just scrolling through pretty much whatever. I'm gonna go through this because there's a subject in the good and fuckery I think I want us to expound on pretty much.
And expound we shall.
All right. Good news, y'all. Good news for the gamers. All right, we're gonna get through the nerd news. Now we're gonna get to the fun. Good news for the gamers, right? Disney and Capcom is in talks of re-releasing the cult video game classic Marvel vs. Capcom 2: New Age of Heroes. And
I suck at fighting games, but that sounds awesome.
That is the fighting game that started is one of the ones that started like these tournament gaming competitions pretty much.
Yes, it is pretty epic too. They be going in.
Yes, it's like it's almost watching a prize fight. Like I told you, like my friend Twin and my brother, when they meet up, they come in with the big ass arcade gaming consoles and they go at it with the fighting games. And I'm pretty sure they're excited about this because Marvel versus Capcom games is just one of those games that the game
somewhere they are both sharpening their swords, getting ready for battle.
And it is scary, B. It is scary. The counters that happen. Twin to this day is the only person I ever seen whoop ass with Zangief.
Yeah, so, if you know how to use him, he's actually a beast. I don't know how to use none of them, but if you know how to use him, he is a beast. I've seen it on YouTube videos.
Can't do nothing with him, man. If he grabs you, that's half your life right there, pretty much. All right, going forward in the nerd news, there's going to be a Blade Runner 3 in the works.
When was Blade Runner 2?
Actually, they consider Blade Runner 2 that Blade Runner movie that came out in 2017 because it's like a continuation of the first Blade Runner. That was Blade Runner 2049. It was a soft reboot because it's still, it's still in that same world. And then I think in this Blade Runner that's coming up, they also going to put Harrison Ford upon it with Ryan Gosling too. So
that'll be
we'll
good.
See.
Okay.
We'll see.
I'm interested.
All right. So more on media news, pretty much.
Face your weight.
I'm wide awake.
Well, I hope you're wide awake for this. Why? So y'all remember the Wonder Years, that old 80s show?
Mm-hmm. Whitney and Kevin, yeah, and Paul.
Yeah. Yep. So it's coming back on ABC through Hulu. There's a catch. This is the black version. So it's the Wonder Years, but it's with a black family.
I like that.
Is it set during the same era?
I believe so. By the looks of it, the way they close and everything, set in the same era.
They better play it realistic then.
Mm-hmm. No, he did.
Don't sugarcoat shit.
No, it's a trailer. It's a trailer where the son says that his father's phrase was "be cool" in every situation. So they have him in different situations where, all right, he's starting up the grill. If fire just flames the freak up and be like, "Be cool." Kid fall down. Be cool. Then you see him. He behind the wheel, and you hear the flashing lights in the background. He's like, "Be cool." So it was a funny little trailer, pretty much. It gave me like, Everybody Hates Chris vibes.
Okay.
Somewhat.
That ought to be interesting. I'll watch it.
Yeah. Like I would say, Wonder Years is one of those things that I loved the sitcom back in the day because it was nostalgia, but watching it was like episodes where I am completely bored watching this. Pretty much.
Yeah, because it wasn't that funny. It was like more serious. It was more like a drama.
Yeah. But
The theme song was the best part of the show on some real shit.
Yeah, pretty much. That's why I felt.
Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song.
Y'all know
I
the
will
lyrics.
try not to sing out of key. Oh, baby,
Everybody singing out of key.
I have a little help from my friends.
You're supposed to sing that song out of key.
I have a little help from my friends.
You are supposed to sing that part out of key. That's the funny thing about it. Like you feel it more when you sing it out of key. But you know what, Tiz? You know what I think is funny?
No.
Here's a theory. Are some of the shows great because of their intro music?
That is very possible.
We'll get into that later. I wonder if you take the intro music, are you just as hyped? I put in a play like, you know how you
I do like every show that I actually like the theme music for. I don't know of any show that I like the theme music but don't like the show.
Exactly. So like you ever watch binge a show and then just you ain't like what?
I don't like Family Matters, but I like the song.
Nigga, what? 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I like parts of the show, but I don't like the show as a total. I don't like how they did Urkel at the end of the day.
I think the same.
Yeah. They gave that nigga a key to his house. Yeah, your nigga key to their house, and every day tormented this nigga emotionally. Get out, Steve. Go home, Steve. Get out, Steve. Steve
I've known you all these years, and I feel like I'm just meeting you for the first time, bro.
Fuck Carl Winslow.
Oh no, not Carl.
Shit.
Not in that episode.
Rest in peace, Carl.
Not in that episode when he confronted those two white racist cops or whatever. All right. Before he realized that his son was actually telling the truth, he was a dick. But after he realized it, yeah, he went in. He made up for it. Redemption.
He definitely did.
Pretty much. You say he never what?
I said he definitely did.
Oh, he definitely did. Oh, yeah. Nigga got it. That was funny. I'm gonna YouTube that later on because that was a great moment in Black television. along with that heartfelt Will Smith moment when he was hugging Uncle Phil because his dad left. One of the greatest moments in Black television.
You don't want me, man.
Never forget this. Steve Urkel saved Carl's life several times. And the next day when Steve came over, Carl still kicked this nigga ass out the house.
Hey, you got a point.
Let's also never forget this nigga was trying to fuck Carl's daughter.
But he didn't really have a chance. He never really had a chance, man. Until he wore her down after like 16, 17 years and they let this nigga move in.
I don't give a damn.
That was his fault.
You want to fuck my daughter, you ain't never coming to my house. He lucky he made it into the living room.
Say that nigga.
I'd have put some bird shot in his ass.
Mm-hmm.
That nigga needed a friend.
That nigga needed his daddy.
Another topic for another time. Black sitcom moms randomly changing their whole appearance into a whole nother person. By meaning, I mean, you know, actors taking over the job. But that's another subject for another day.
Was the one I cared about the least.
True.
Yeah.
True. All right. Time to get into the fuckery. Pretty much. I'm gonna start off with just a quick phase, right? I believe earlier today or yesterday or whatever, there was this thing on Twitter where they had an argument about Drake being a bigger artist than Michael Jackson. I'm gonna cut this short right now.
Nigga, what?
Yeah, there's a debate about Drake being bigger than Michael Jackson. I'm gonna look into my eyes, America. Look into my eyes, social media.
He's physically bigger because that nigga like 6 something. Michael was a little man, but come on, man.
Michael Jackson has literally wrote and performed every song you listen to right now in somewhat way or form. Michael Jackson got more music than people older than him, period. Matter of fact, if it wasn't for a Michael Jackson, it would not be a Drake, period. Every subject matter that Drake has ever spoke about is just a future version of the shit that Michael Jackson was talking about in the 80s.
I put it like this.
And in the 90s.
You can go a place and find somebody who don't like Drake. I don't know nobody who's ever said they don't like Michael Jackson.
You can put it like this. At the end of the day, Michael Jackson's career is longer than people who are older than him. His career is longer than them.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
There's 80-year-olds that did not have a longer career than him.
His reach is longer.
You can say Michael Jackson.
If Drake don't sit his ass down,
it's not Drake. It's his fans. It's always the fans. Like, it's never Nicki. It's the Barbs. You know what I'm saying? It's never Beyonce. It's the Hive. Except when we talk about Kanye, because when it's Kanye, it's always just Kanye, and then sometimes it's fans.
It's true.
Pretty much. But yeah, y'all shut that shit up, man. If there's no Michael Jackson, there's a lot of artists that don't exist, and a lot of music that don't exist.
Matter of fact, didn't he steal from Michael Jackson to do Tootsie Slide?
Not only that, he had Michael Jackson on his album before this one, Scorpion.
Sure enough, did.
He went out his way to get Michael Jackson lyrics. That's Drake saying that Michael Jackson is better than him.
I got a topic. Is Drake a culture vulture? Next
time on the Podnas. It's debatable. You could say half of them. That's it. But I'm gonna leave that alone. Let's go on to the fuckery. All right. I say go on to the fuckery. Like, the next topic is anything less worse. This is even worse. All right. Let's put the face disclaimer here on this topic. All right. So this Texas mom named Cara
and he did
Bell.
The smile.
Yep, he did it. He did it. Enjoy this one, everybody. This Texas mom named Cara Bell went to a school board meeting about COVID to furiously rant.
Started to put this on the good on the you didn't ask us but this weekend.
Mm-hmm. We can still do it, but bring it back up. But she furiously ranted about anal sex during a COVID public school board meeting. Now,
loud on a microphone.
Loud. Like, she vividly all right, the person that wrote this book that she was quoting, that her son was reading for school or whatever, vividly described a scene in her book. The book was called Out of Darkness by Ashley Hope.
It got dark.
Perez. It features a section about anal sex, which she feels is highly inappropriate. Bell told the board, "I do not want my children to learn about anal sex in middle school." Bell said, "I have never had anal sex. I don't want to have anal sex. I don't want my kids having anal sex. And I want you to start focusing on education and that public health." The only thing I got to say about that is, we don't care if you don't want anal sex. That don't got nothing to do with it. All you got to say is, I don't want my kids reading stuff like this. They're too young to be reading this. You're telling me too much about yourself and your boring ass sex life. That's too much.
Yeah, I don't need to know you like that, player. I don't need to know you like that.
So this week's Karen is Cara Bell. Like, I understand the play. Like, the school board actually took the book off the curriculum and everything. So, like, I mean, I totally understand where she's coming from, and I mean, there's a time and place. Like, this is about COVID pretty much, but she might have felt like this is the only chance she got to talk about it or whatever. Real. Maybe she just didn't get the memo that this was about COVID. And then the other thing I disagree with is that she said you need to start focusing on education and not public health. No, they need to focus on both because they can't educate if the child is sick. If the child is too sick to come in to get educated, that defeats the purpose of education, of an educational system. So when you have children in an institution, the institution has to take care of those kids while they're under their supervision. Or why would we I don't have kids, but why would we bring children to this institution?
You speaking on behalf of parents right now pretty accurately.
You don't have one next week.
So yeah. That's the only thing I disagree with or whatever. Just the way she went at it. She could have wrote to some of the board members or whatever, but ma'am, we don't need to know what holes.
Yeah, we don't need to know about no sphincter action. We good on that.
Yeah.
No Twizzlers, no koi fish.
What is it about these Karens, man? When y'all, all right, you have an issue, just say the issue. We don't need to know your emotions and everything around it or whatever, and your personal shit with it. Just state your issue and
None
go
of your
about your
personal
business.
shit.
We don't need it, literally.
We ain't having
it. She ain't having it either, evidently, but
maybe she needed. That's why she was so into that book instead of her real life.
Yeah, the way she was acting, man, seemed like she was stressed out, man. I was about to.
I bet you her kids are on the internet watching everything crazier than that.
Exactly.
And she don't have a clue, but she got a clue of what book they read. Bitch, please. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Ma'am, I think you need to take Face's advice and smoke a blunt. He ain't really say that, but I think you need to. Yeah.
Relax, lady. You're talking about anal sex at a board meeting, ma'am. You need to just go all the way and sit down. I think you need to go lay down. Go lay down.
Something. Well, the next amount of fuckery pisses me off. So we're gonna get real serious. This was brought up on our live earlier, but afterwards, in the past couple of days, other things have came up. So I'm bringing this out. And all right.
I ain't never thought I'd see the day on TV.
I thought I wouldn't either, but I'm not surprised, sadly. But this fuckery, Border Patrol using what the media call cords, I call them whips.
They whips.
I call them whips.
Whipping
on Haitian migrants. Or Haitian migrants or whatever.
Yeah, the sight of seeing white men on horses riding behind black men with whips. That was a very jarring
PTSD moment.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I ain't think nothing nice when I saw it. I don't think nothing nice now. Like,
nah.
If this is not proof to black people that it doesn't take much to have us go back to 1800s, it don't take not much. They
literally
could not
just have
wait.
an earthquake and flee your country.
They could not wait to do this. Texas. Now, all right. Okay.
The state that does not want us to teach about slavery in the first place.
That one. Also the state with the crazy abortion laws and the open carry laws, pretty much. I know Florida over the past couple of years have gotten the crazy state award and stuff, MVP award, but Texas is like the Jay-Z of crazy states.
They're larger.
Yeah, that maybe is because they're larger, so they got more things.
They got more space with more time to think wilder shit.
Texas is the grandfather of Florida when it comes to craziness.
They both started with the Spanish, so maybe it's something in that water. That's all. The Spanish also did the Inquisition, so the Spaniards they got a history of some wild shit. So
now,
something there.
The White House press secretary Jennifer Renee Psaki, she was asked about it, and in behalf of the White House. And all right, I don't feel like this was like the response I wanted from the White House, but I give it to her. She was in a weird position to just try to answer that at that moment. And she probably felt like anything she said at that moment would probably be the wrong thing. But and I could tell by the response, because she said it's obviously horrific, but I haven't gotten full context of the situation, even though I cannot imagine any context where that behavior is appropriate. So I feel like inside she wanted to say a lot more or whatever, but because of the position that she's in, she couldn't just say it, pretty much. But I'm saying
this is a good time for the president and vice president to stand on the people that decided to vote for them and actually speak out against it instead of just, trying to be political like this. Like, it's hard to not be political. It's hard to just say, look, this is fucked up, and we're gonna find a way to fix this immediately. I'm gonna get into
Biden. I'm gonna get into Biden a little bit more. But this is the one thing that pissed me off even more. Not more than seeing the sight of that guy on horseback with that whip. I ain't even gonna say what the media call it, the whip. But the I guess he was like the chief or whatever, the high ranking officer of the Border Patrol, came up and actually spoke. And ironically, whitest looking dude ever, his name is Alejandro Mayorkas. How your name? Now, maybe it's because you're right there at the border, but your first name is Mexican. Your last name sound
Greek,
either Greek, Greek, some
Mediterranean,
Eastern European. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you're not an immigrant. Like, you got two immigrant names, like
that.
So this is what he says. I don't even want to say this, but if you come to the US illegally, you will be returned. Your journey will not succeed, and you're endangering your life and your family's lives. This administration is committed to developing safe, orderly, and humane pathways for migration, but this is not the way to do it. Now, with you saying that,
make sure you keep the same energy for everybody that come over here. Every single one from every country.
You know what? I say that, but at the same time, when I look at this as a threat to me.
Like, this ain't the first time that they've done this to Haitians too.
This is
they did this in Florida back in the day a little bit or something like that, if I ain't mistaken. But they kind of treated them crazy when they came over as refugees.
Through Trump, they have openly already said how they feel about Black and brown countries, period. And this is just an example. Now, this is the politically correct way of what Alejandro was saying. But when I hear, if you come to the U.S. illegally, you will be returned, you know what that sounds like? If you come around my block, if you come around my block, you can get your ass the fuck out.
Peace.
When he says your journey will not succeed and you're endangering your life, anytime you say you're endangering your life, that is a threat. And just off of your actions, that is a threat or whatever.
Agreed.
Like, they just had an earthquake. The president got assassinated. They're trying to find asylum or whatever.
They're just trying to find a safe place to be for right now. That's all they want. They ain't asking for I don't even think they asking to, like, stay in your country forever. They just like, hey, so we can get shit good back home, can we stay here for a second?
Mm-hmm. I mean, like, shit happens. Like, I don't believe that everything is a conspiracy, yo.
Let them go live in Wyoming. That shit empty as hell.
Humans are not technologically advanced enough to create an earthquake to cause some situations. Okay, I read enough comic books to know that that's a comic book situation right there. All right, that's how I feel about that. Because I know people are saying that, like, this might be the next racial thing, but it's always a racial thing, pretty much. And it's just like with Face. There's another reason I know we were breaking up a lot on live or whatever, but as like Face was saying or whatever, y'all making all y'all way for getting the Afghani refugees over, pretty much. The same resources. It's not like we not slack with resources. The same resources that you can use to do that, you can use in the same situation here. And you don't have to worry about a lot of military resources because this is not a military situation. This is a humane situation. You know, like America is always good for acting like we're the most humane country or whatever, whatnot. But over
We
the
are
past
not.
couple of years, everything that's been done over the past couple of years has proven that is not the case or whatever.
True.
America is humane for marketing situations. The same reason why big business give to charities or whatever is because they can get a tax write-off and it makes them look good.
Stunt.
That's all it is for. Now, there have been some leaders that have spoke on this how that situation has been handled, like Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. He basically called Biden's administration out and he says we cannot continue these hateful and xenophobic Trump policies that disregard our refugee laws. And they're speaking into the what was the law? The law called Title 42, and it's a Trump era public health order, right? But they're using the aspects of it as a way to expel the migrants that's seeking asylum, pretty much. So they're using the laws or whatever to do whatever the hell they want, pretty much. And I mean, I don't believe in chaos, but in this system, I really don't believe in laws too much. I believe in morals and values or whatever, but when you have people in the system that's just using laws and loopholes and laws to do whatever the heck they want because they felt they wanted to feel like the good old boys back in the day and rekindle or relive some life their great grandparents had lived that their grandparents was talking about pretty much on the low, not around other black people of color or just around their family. Like that's sick. That's freaking sick. And just the nerve of this dude Alejandro, with no empathy, no like no empathy for the situation, no grasp of the full situation or whatever, and just saying that cold up front or whatever. These people are coming from an earthquake. I just feel like Texas, weren't you just in a hurricane? Like, weren't you in a natural disaster yourself, pretty much? Like I said, man, if Florida is the MVP of crazy states, Texas is the grandfather of being being a crazy state, pretty much. But that's the top fuckery. And me personally, and I said this before the election, and I'm saying it afterwards or whatever. What are you doing, Biden? Where are you at? Like we ain't, before the election, we ain't go nowhere about seeing a Biden or Kamala all in your face, just as much as Trump, just to keep up or whatever. But now it's real quiet. It is real freaking quiet. Even in the Afghanistan situation, I feel like he's a little bit more quiet. He's only been talking just because he has no choice but to talk in that situation. But yeah, man. Well, that is the fuckery. Texas ain't shit when it comes to that. Prayers to all the Haitian refugees and migrants. I feel like the whole border patrol administration should get punished for this, period. Like not just that one person that was caught in the picture or whatever, because the system itself gave him the arrogance to think that he could get away with it or whatever. And I don't think nothing, if we just punish one person or whatever, it's just a matter of time till somebody else tries some shit. So why don't we just go ahead? That's what we used to do back in the day. What your parents used to do back in the day or whatever. If they couldn't figure out who did what, just punished everybody. So might as well use it in this situation. Biden, you ain't doing shit. I need you to start doing shit. You too, Kamala, or whatever, because y'all were talking all that junk, but you're quiet right now. And Trump, can you please shut the fuck up? Because this is all you're doing too. And yeah, that's the end of the good and fuckery, y'all. Sorry to end on a whack bad note, but yeah, fuck them. Fuck Border Patrol, fuck Texas, fuck Biden and Kamala because they quiet. And yeah, prayers to Haiti and the migrants.
Oh yes.
Prayers to Haiti and the migrants.
And fuck Alejandro Mayorkas. Fuck him too.
Fuck Alejandro. But definitely prayers up for the those people coming from Haiti who are in need right now. Please, if you can, they do need supplies to them. If anybody knows any way that we can help, please let us know. Drop it in our comment section on YouTube or throw us a DM. Let us know how we can help. But yeah, definitely prayers out to them. And I think that's a good place to end the show, man. Just prayers out to the Haitians. Yeah, I don't know of any black business we got this week. So I do know one black business y'all need to support. The Podnas. And to do so financially. Yes, sir. Yes. To do so financially, please hit up our buymeacoffee.com/the Podnas or our patreon.com/the Podnas. To get exclusive video content, to get unedited versions of the podcast, to get our Patreon, our Discord access so that you get access to us offline. You will get members only exclusives, promo codes just for you guys, early drops of merch. Yeah, just a whole plethora of things coming down the pike. So you can definitely support there. Buy Me a Coffee allows you to donate for as little as $1. Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee allow you to become members for as little as $5. So if you feel financially and you want to support that way, you can. You can also hit us on the Cash App at $Podnatiers1. Yeah, and all donations are welcome. But if you want to support financially and you want something back in return, like you want to give us money, but you want something back, the best way to do that is go get the merch. And how can they do that, Face?
You can go to artradeclothing.com. Once again, you can go to artradeclothing.com. Yes, artradeclothing.com. That's ARTRE clothing.com. Come check us out, man. We got sales coming out soon. As soon as I finish all the repricing with the sales, our promo will be on live or be on the podcast. Either way, we'll get the promo out to you. Y'all see the commercial coming out. Y'all see the store right there on Pat Farm, man. artradeclothing.com, man. Come and check us out. Promo codes is on the all the other content. You can hit, what is it, Pod Squad 83 for 15% off.
Caps.
You can hit all caps with the promo codes, of course. I think you can hit artrade1 for free shipping as well. Promo codes out there, man. Fall time is coming in. First day of fall right here on the East Coast. So get your hoodies, get your jogging pants. Face masks still required some places, so we got those to sell too. We got beach towels, just in case you like big towels in your house. We got plenty socks, a plethora of socks. I like the word plethora. So come check us out, man. artradeclothing.com.
Indeed, man, indeed. And if you want to get in touch with us, you want to send us ideas for our weekly live show, you didn't ask us, or you want to send us ideas for upcoming shows of the podcast. You just want to get in touch with us, period. Pat, how can they do that?
At THEPODNAS. That's Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. That's the Facebook. Also on Facebook, we have Tiz Face Pat are the Podnas. That's all of them. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. That's all of them, right? Yeah.
Facebook, yeah.
Yep, that's all of them. Oh, and if you want to vote for the MC docket, the one thing we're doing right now is Benny the Butcher versus Toby Nigwe. Did I say it right? Because I feel like I disrespect his name every time.
Toby Nigwe.
Nigwe.
Yeah.
Vote online. Give us email us, DM us, And
The
so we
the
can go
link to
ahead
the
and add it
bracket
up in
is
the
dropping
poll.
soon. You can literally vote on that. You can literally vote on that, and you can vote on the other round, the next round coming up, so that your fan vote can be heard and factored in as we debate the quarterfinals. So yeah, links coming soon. That'll be on all social media by the time this episode drops. And yeah. If you can't remember all that, we said too much. Too many damn links. What was that ad again? Just go to thepodnas.com. You can get links to the Our Trade Clothing store, ourtradeclothing.com. You can get it. Click a button. Go right there. You can also get a link to our weekly live show. Click a button. You'll be right there on whichever platform you prefer, Facebook or YouTube. You can see episodes that we've done in the past right there on the page. Just click on it. Thepodnas.com. 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 And that is our show for this week, my people. We are about this thing. And next week, we have a special guest. We have a scientist coming on that'll be dropping some knowledge from a scientific perspective on a very popular pop culture topic these days. So please, please, please do not miss it. Next week, you're going to want to catch episode 45. For that, we coming back like Mike Jordan when he came back from baseball. So, yeah, man, we up out this thing. As always, I am your boy Tiz, 1/3 of the Partners. And I've been with
the other third of the Partners, the Padawan here, and I'm along with Dramatic Pause.
It's your man Face in the Place. Peace out. Thanks for coming. Like, share, comment.
And we up out this thing.